Hello everyone, this is Mark for Mark's Max Muscle. And for those of you who are familiar with my channel and do subscribe to me, follow me, you're probably familiar with this here picture. It is a thumbnail of a recent video of mine. It did fairly well for me. I mean, it got 1,000 views, which is good for my modest, small little channel. But trust me, it is growing. But anyway, my point is, I was very mean and rude to a lot of these guys. A lot of them were just plain out of shape. But for one guy in particular, this guy here, and he was featured in the thumbnail. I called him the Rooster, and I felt bad. I mean, the guy was in condition. I mean, he had small little skinny legs. I mean, he was definitely no mass monster. And I understand myself. My own proportions are not exactly Herculean-like. So what I'm going to do, this guy, he's not the Rooster. He's actually, his name is Rick Krause. So he is Rick Krause, the Rooster Rick Krause. But anyway, I'm going to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. And I'm going to give you guys a chance to make fun of my Rooster physique and my own chicken physique. And we're going to do a nice little comparison here of Mark's Max Muscle and the Rooster, Rick Krause. And right off the hop, I have to say, it is going to be a little bit difficult to judge my own physique, because of course we're going to want to lean towards ourselves, like when I do a Robbie Robinson match. I sometimes rip him off because he is my favorite, and I don't want to pick him in every pose. But anyway, Rick Krause, he definitely has the tan, and his conditioning might be better than mine. Hard to say, really, till we see the back shots. But anyway, he is so skinny that I have to be unbiased here, and I would probably give my own self the point in the front relaxed. But anyway, no points here. Let's go to the muscularity round, front double bicep pose. Wow. If anybody needs any dental floss, ask Rick Krause. You can use his thighs. Those are very skinny. Keep in mind, that's a very weak point for my own self, are my thighs. But I actually show more of a quad sweep, believe it or not. His waistline, very small. He is good conditioned. Bicep peaks, actually blowing me out of the water. Look at the size of his little guns for the little fella. But either way, some people prefer the way he is holding his arms out straight, and I close mine in. Depends on your physique, I think. I am known for a small waistline, I suppose. For myself, I recognize that I do definitely have a small waist. Makes everything look a little bit bigger. I don't know, though. Rick Krause is doing a good job with those biceps. He's definitely in the gym every day, pumping those guns. Needs to put more meat on the legs. A little bit inconclusive here. Front lat spread. Now, I know a lot of you guys make fun of this pose for me. I believe you comment and say that it looked like I'm skiing downhill. I'm downhill skiing while I do this pose. Anyway, it is a funny looking pose, I will admit. But there's no lat. There's no lats of poor Rooster Rick Krause. There's a big space in between his rib cage, his lats, and his arms. And there's less of a space for Mark's Max Muscle, so I don't know. I'd give myself a slight point, but Rick Krause is very conditioned. But like I said in that video, no sense in souping up a car with no horsepower. Gotta put some meat on those legs, Rooster, for sure. Now, this is a funny-looking shot for the Rooster Rick Krause. Like I said, though, guys, he is conditioned. I definitely could have got tanned, and it actually makes your conditioning look a lot better when you're more tanned. But just structurally speaking, he needs to do something about this side chest. Press your arms up against your rib cage there. I know you have a rib cage. You can see your ribs. But anyway, he needs to pick up the pace on those legs as well from the side. I don't know how he holds himself up. I just can't get over how skinny this man is. I'm holding my arm against my side there, maximizing my arm size, and Rick needs to do the tricks of the trade. Rooster loses another one in my opinion. Side tricep. Wow, tricepsies, baby please. Rooster, come on, man. Do something with this physique, or, go train people. I'm sure you know how to train. It's just your physique. It's your genetics. You're just too skinny. Me, myself, I'm too skinny to be a pro bodybuilder or even an amateur bodybuilder. You were in the Arnold Amateur, of course, but my own physique would not be able to compete. And let's face it, structurally speaking, you're climbing a steeper hill than I am, for goodness sakes. So go train, play table tennis, something. Good set of pecs, though, I will say, on Rick Krause. Beating me in that regent. And of course he is. He's a rooster. They all got big chests. All right, make or break time, the back developments. And this is one Swedish meatball of a rear lat spread for the rooster Rick Krause. Look at the lats. They look like two little hot dogs taped to his armpits. Not very impressive at all, Rick Krause. But anyway, my own self, not the best rear lat spread in the world, but hey, it's not too bad. Little lower lat insertions there. My traps are too wide and washed out. I need to make them thicker. I'm trying to do a lot of trap work, and I have developed over the years. But anyway, this is not a critique of my own physique. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a point. I sure am a self-indulgent little cuss, ain't I? Rear double bicep. Now, I shouldn't have spoke too soon. Look at the traps on Rick Krause here. And the lats themselves actually look very impressive. Nice little V-taper. To boot. To bout. I'm Canadian. To bout. To boot. To boot. That's the one. Look at the biceps once again on the rooster. And he has the delts there for sure. An advantage in that aspect. But the leg development, I don't know, a little iffy. And if you really look at the lower back, I'm trying to bring my Christmas tree out there a little bit more. It's a little tighter this year, I believe. The lower lat insertions, I have an advantage there. And like I said earlier, I have that tiny waistline genetically, so it does create a more of a V-taper. I don't know, though. Kind of a toss-up here, because Rick is beating me in the back development alone. Ab and thigh, and guys, I'm sorry. All these screenshots are taken from one go through or my posing routine, so I didn't sit there and practice the poses. You can actually go back and watch the posing routine. So this is as fair as Rick Krause. It's not photo shooted pictures, and I'm explaining this to you. Why? Because my legs, I don't know what I'm doing there. I'm holding them back. I really need to work on this shot. I guess they were just where they were. Terrible display. Rick's legs actually look way better than mine. The striations there. I like to hit it more from the side, but it's really not an ab and thigh. When you're showing your legs from the side, it's not really fair. But I like to show this one because it shows a little bit of my conditioning there. I dieted for a little bit to do that posing routine. Anyway, self-indulgent. Come on, don't be so narcissistic. Marx Max Muscle, most muscular. I'm going to go ahead and give myself a point in this. I have, once again, and this is not due to overtraining the traps, I have the genetic ability to pop them out. I remember when I was just a wee lad, my grandfather, Wilfred was his name. He was a powerhouse, let me tell you. He actually did some weightlifting way back in the day. But he could do the same thing. He could pop his traps out. It's a genetic thing. Dexter Jackson can do it. And I can do it at a smaller scale. But either way, the legs again. What am I doing there? I'll have to clean those poses up, guys. I'll do another posing routine this year, maybe in a month or so when I'm in shape. I'm going to diet down a little bit more. But I'm going to go ahead and give myself a victory in this one. I defeated the Rooster. Can I defeat the Rooster? Yes, I can. But this is just to show how really low the standards were at the Arnold Amateur. Speaking as a real judge, I would tell myself to go play table tennis or go train somebody. I can't do bodybuilding. And Rick Krause, ditto. You cannot do bodybuilding. There'd be no amount of training, steroids. That would put you on a competitive bodybuilding stage, I'm here to tell you. And if you do try, you're going to kill yourself trying. So it's where a lot of these young men, they take too many drugs. If you ever wonder who's taking the most drugs, the guy placing last. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hit a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already. Have a good one, guys.